let's talk about what you're doing at jcarando.com. What are you focused on there, and what are some of those new efforts you're doing?
Yeah, I think that the main thing is obviously thinking strategically about your online presence as a church. And that's online church is part of that, but it's not everything. And my big heart is there's and just tons of people in your community and beyond your community that you are designed to reach. And I believe your physical presence is not the extent of your reach. I think your website, your social presence, and even with church online. And my big heart is integrating those all into one strategy. And so not just, I was just talking to somebody a couple of days ago at a church from Minnesota, and I was talking to them about, a big part of when you're thinking about church online, make sure when you talk about with your leadership, it's not just the domain of where you're streaming your services and archiving them. It's your whole presence. Think about your main domain. Think about, and something we say at Saddleback frequently, actually my boss, Jason, actually came up with this, and I love the way he said this. He talks about that for tens of thousands of people, our church online page is the first and only expression of Saddleback Church. So our online services is the first and only expression. So we got to make sure we get that right. Don't just give it to a part-time person. Don't just, allocate limited resources. Think about the way it is, because a lot of people are it's their first and only expression of your church is your online presence. And so we got to take it seriously. And I think that's something that I want to help churches do, is think about strategically how everything's framed. And just because you can do it cheaper doesn't mean you can do it with less effort. Do it with the same effort. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a lot of video resources. I'm not a great writer, so I'm doing a lot more video. Unfortunately, video is something like I've seen you get into vlogging, even with your kind of, I don't know if you would call it micro vlogging with Insta stories. You've been killing it on that, but video, is something that I'm doing a lot more of and just taking seriously of, and just doing tons of different resources, but just thinking about church online and how to help churches and ministries do that.